My credit score went up 47 points before I paid a single dollar, before I opened a new account, before I did anything except read my credit report and send 3 letters. Here's what most people don't know, and this is going to make you want to pull your report today. 1 in 5 credit reports in America has at least one error that's actively hurting the score. Not a small error, an error big enough to cost you points. That means there's a real chance your score is lower than it should be right now. Not because of your decisions, because someone else made a mistake. And the bureaus are not going to correct it unless you force them to. I found 3 errors on my report. All 3 were removed. 47 points gained. Cost me 3 stamps. I'm going to show you exactly how. The letter, the process, what to do if they ignore you. Let's get into it. Let me tell you what most people do when they finally pull their credit report. They look at the big number at the top, the score. They flinch. They close the tab. And they never look at the actual line items underneath. That's the mistake. The number is just a summary. The real information, the stuff you can actually work with, is in the individual accounts listed below it. And when I actually read my report, like really read it, I found 3 things that should not have been there. 1 was a collection account I had paid off 2 years earlier. Paid in full. But it was still showing an outstanding balance on my Equifax report. The collector had taken my money and never updated the bureau. The second was a debt listed twice. Same original creditor, same account number, but 2 different collection agencies had both reported it because the debt had been sold and neither one removed the old entry. 1 debt counted against me twice. The third was an account I had never opened, not mine. Wrong name spelling, wrong address, but somehow attached to my social security number. 3 errors, all of them hurting my score. None of them my fault. When all 3 were removed, my score jumped 47 points. And the only thing I spent was the cost of 3 certified mail stamps. Here's how to find yours. Before we get into the process, you need to understand what you're looking at. Your credit report is not 1 document, it's 3. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion each maintain a completely separate file on you. And here's the thing, they don't talk to each other. An error on your Equifax report has no impact on your Experian report. You have to pull all 3 and review all 3 separately. Each report contains several sections. Your personal information, name, addresses, social security number. Your account history, every credit card, loan, and collection, with balances and payment history. Your public records, bankruptcies, judgments, and your inquiries, every time someone pulled your credit. Errors show up in every one of those sections. Here are the most common ones. Wrong personal information. A misspelled name or an old address might seem minor, but it can cause someone else's debt to appear on your report if the bureaus mix up your file with someone with a similar name. This is called a mixed file, and it's more common than you'd think. Accounts showing incorrect status. Paid collections still showing a balance. Closed accounts still showing as open. Accounts that were included in bankruptcy still showing as active debt. All of these are disputable. Duplicate accounts. When a debt is sold from one collector to another, both entities sometimes report the same debt. One account becomes 2 negative marks. This is a direct violation of FCRA reporting rules, and it comes off when you dispute it. Incorrect dates. The date of first delinquency matters enormously. It's what determines when a negative item falls off your report after 7 years. If a collector reports a later date than the actual first delinquency, it stays on your report longer than it should. Disputing the date can move that expiration forward. Accounts that aren't yours, whether from identity theft, a mixed file, or a data entry error, if it's not yours, it doesn't belong on your report. All right, let's get into the actual process. Step 1 is pulling your reports. There is one official source for free annual credit reports in the United States, annualcreditreport.com. That's it. Not Credit Karma, not Experian's website, not any of the sites that advertise free credit score and then charge you after a trial. Annualcreditreport.com. It was created under federal law. It's free. No credit card required. Go there. Pull all 3, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, at the same time. Download each one as a PDF and save them. Now sit down with a highlighter, or if you're working digitally, use the annotation tool in your PDF reader. Go through each report section by section. You are looking for anything that doesn't look right, anything you don't recognize, anything that shows a balance you know you paid, anything that appears more than once. Don't rush this. I spent about 2 hours on my first review. Take your time. Every single item you catch is a potential point recovery. When you find something, write it down. You need the exact account name as it appears on the report, the account number, which bureau it appears on, and exactly what's wrong with it. Step 2 is understanding what you can and cannot dispute, because a lot of people waste time disputing things that aren't going anywhere. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, you have the legal right to dispute any information on your credit report that you believe to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unverifiable. That's the standard: inaccurate, incomplete, or unverifiable. Here's what you can dispute: factual errors, wrong balance, wrong date, wrong account status. These are the strongest disputes because the correct information either exists or it doesn't. Unverifiable items. If the original creditor no longer has documentation, which happens with old debts that have been sold multiple times, the Bureau literally cannot verify the item. Under the FCRA, if they can't verify it, they must delete it. Duplicate entries. As I mentioned, one debt reported twice is a clear violation. Accounts that aren't yours. No documentation required. Stated clearly in the letter. Here's what you cannot dispute, or more accurately, what won't work. Accurate negative information. If you genuinely missed 6 payments, those late payments are accurately reported, and they will stay for 7 years. Disputing accurate information as a strategy doesn't work. The Bureau will verify it, and it stays. Save your energy for real errors. I want to be clear about this. Disputing is not a magic button that removes legitimate debt from your history. It's a process for correcting genuine mistakes. Those mistakes are common enough, 1 in 5 reports, that you don't need to fabricate claims. Just find the real ones. Step 3. The letter. You have 2 options for disputing: online through each bureau's website, or by mail. I used mail. Certified mail with return receipt. Here's why. When you dispute online, you are using the Bureau's own system, on the Bureau's own servers, with no independent record of what you submitted or when. If they deny your dispute and you want to escalate to the CFPB, to a lawyer, you have nothing concrete to point to. When you dispute by certified mail, you have a postmark proving when it was sent, a tracking number proving it was delivered, and a return receipt card the Bureau has to sign. That paper trail is your leverage. The letter itself doesn't need to be complicated. Here's the structure: your name, address, date at the top, the Bureau's dispute department address, a clear subject line referencing the account name and number, your identifying information, name, date of birth, last four of your social, current address. Then, a direct statement of what you're disputing and why. One sentence per item. The account listed as the creditor name, account number, shows an outstanding balance. This account was paid in full on the date and should show a zero balance. Then your request: investigate this item, correct or delete it if it cannot be verified, and provide me with written results. Sign it. Attach a copy of your ID and a utility bill or bank statement for identity verification. That's it. Then go to the post office. Send it certified mail with return receipt to each bureau where the error appears. Keep every receipt. Photograph every envelope before you mail it. The clock starts the day they receive it. Under the FCRA, they have 30 days to investigate and respond. Step 4 is tracking. This is where most people fall apart. They send the letters, feel good about themselves, and then forget about it for 3 months. The 30-day clock is real and it matters. If the Bureau doesn't respond within 30 days, you have grounds to escalate. If they respond and say they need more information, they get 15 additional days. But you need to know that's happening. Build a simple tracker. At minimum, you need which bureau, which account, the date you sent the letter, the certified mail tracking number, the 30-day deadline, and the status. I have a free dispute tracker in the link below. It's the exact system I used, built in Notion. Every dispute in one place. The deadline auto-calculates from the send date. When something gets removed, you log the points gained. It takes maybe 5 minutes to set up. When you get a response from the Bureau, read it carefully. If they say the item was removed, update your tracker, pull a fresh report to confirm, and log your points. If they say the item was investigated and verified, your next step is requesting the method of verification. That's a separate letter asking them to explain exactly how they verified it and what documents they used. Many collectors can't produce those documents for old debts. If you get no response after 35 days, escalate. Step 5. What to do when they don't respond or when they dismiss your dispute without a real investigation. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB, exists specifically for this. At consumerfinance.gov/complaint, you can file a formal complaint against a credit bureau. The bureau is required to respond to CFPB complaints, and they respond fast because the CFPB has enforcement authority. You can also file with the Federal Trade Commission at ftc.gov/complaint. Less direct impact on individual disputes, but it creates a formal record. Send an escalation letter by certified mail. Reference your original dispute, the tracking number, the date, and the fact that 30+ days have passed with no response. State clearly that you are filing CFPB and FTC complaints. That letter alone, the threat of regulatory attention, resolves a surprising number of ignored disputes. If you believe the Bureau has willfully violated your FCRA rights, ignored a dispute, reinserted a deleted item without notifying you, or repeatedly failed to investigate, you have the right to sue. Under the FCRA, statutory damages run from $100 to $1,000 per violation. Many consumer rights attorneys take these cases on contingency. You don't pay unless you win. I'm not telling you to run to a lawyer over a single ignored letter. I'm telling you that the law is on your side. The bureaus know it. And when you demonstrate that you know it too, the dynamic changes. Here's what happened when my 3 disputes cleared. The paid collection with the wrong balance, removed. The duplicate entry, both entries removed. The account that wasn't mine, removed. 47 points. In 45 days. Without spending a dollar. Now, I want to set realistic expectations here. 47 points was my result with 3 specific errors. Your results will depend entirely on what errors exist on your report and how significant they are. I've heard from people who found nothing disputable and people who found errors worth 80 or 90 points. You won't know until you look. What I do know is this: 1 in 5 reports has an error. And the only way to find out if you're that 1 in 5 is to read your report and check. This process takes about 3 hours total. 2 hours to review your reports and identify errors. 30 minutes to write your letters. 30 minutes at the post office. That's 3 hours of work that could move your credit score by double digits. I don't know another investment with that kind of return. I've put together a complete dispute letter system, pre-written letters for all 3 bureaus, an escalation letter, a method of verification request, and a 30-day action plan. It's the exact system I used. Link is in the description. If you want to go deeper on step 3, the collection strategy, the pay for delete negotiation, that's the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This is my personal experience. Results vary. Always verify current FCRA rules with a qualified professional. Your past doesn't own your future. I'll see you in the next one.